Boomage. Good morning, everybody. I think next time when we grow a garden, we'll just try growing it in the driveway.
Oh, yeah.
See how that works. It won't work.
So, welcome back to another episode of the Good News from Your Nation.
That's right. Okay. Daily dose of it right here, guys. Ladies and gents and ladies. As I've been saying periodically throughout all this, because we are, and yesterday was no different, we are in a battle. It's not changed. It hasn't. It's not over. It's um, it's well. It's well. I don't know the word I'm looking for. It's very well alive and strong. The battle. I don't know. But today we're talking about in this devotion about Jesus talking about the parable of the sower of the seed. And he spoke in parables because so it would be easy. So people of us and anyone, children, could understand. Just like I was saying about the garden. I'm not going to go out here and start putting some rows and some seeds in the driveway, in the rocky, just all rock. Why would I do that?
It'll keep it from growing.
Right. It just ain't going to do it, is it?
Mm-mm.
We would sow it on good ground that is ready and prepared for, like if people are, have built their home and one of the next things after that is kind of grading off the yard and preparing it for seed so it can grow, and then boom, you'll have a green yard. Well, the word of God is just like that. It is cast out to millions and billions, and it's whether or not their mind and heart has been prepared to accept it. Some accept it for a minute, a little bit, and something happens in their life, and they're like, no, this God stuff, this Bible stuff, this Jesus stuff ain't for me. And there it lies again, once again. It's free will. It's a choice. And it's going to be a life choice that you make. That not this life. It's just a very, okay, compared to what we're going to see after. It ain't over. It ain't like you live, 80, 90, 100 years if you're blessed enough, and then that's it. You go to the grave and everybody says their respects about it, and then that's it. No. There's an eternal home forever for all of us. And it's by choice whether we choose life eternally in heaven or torment and pain forever in hell. So I mean, this is what it is. So, and and I know that I mentioned from time to time that we read out of this Charles Stanley, Jesus, Our Perfect Hope devotion. And it's not 2024. This is not 2024. This was actually done by Charles Stanley in 2018. So this is 6 years. We're not reading something that's already been pre-thought and pre-done and put out. Now this is stuff that we need to hear over and over again to remind us how important it really is. And I've got mosquitoes flying around me. Yeah, so left this out here and it's got all rain and water on it. Great. Yeah, mosquitoes are loving this weather.
And just when I made fun of them, though.
All over my.
I made fun of them, and then I ended up getting bit a bunch.
Yeah, they're bad. So I know this is kind of a slow start of jumping into it, so we're just going to jump into it now. It says, those on the rocky soil are those who, when they hear, receive the word with joy, and these have no firm root. They believe for a while, and in time of temptation fall away. That's Luke chapter 8, verse 13. It says, yesterday we saw that Jesus told the parable of the sower so we can examine our hearts and understand how we're progressing in the Christian life. The next condition Jesus addressed is when there are rocks impeding our growth. Although we may have a saving faith, our trust is shallow. It has no root because of stony areas beneath the surface. So when there's trouble, we doubt God. That's true, ain't it? Because we're being honest here. Two Christian people, Christian husband and wife, Christian man, Christian woman, being truthful on how sin and how it affects us daily. We're never going to get past it because we never can do anything enough. We can't ever be good enough. Because we're in a sinful world because of our sinful nature of who we are. But we doubt God.
Why do we do that?
I don't know. Because we are more of see, believe. Hear, touch, smell. That's all of our senses.
And the faith and the grace.
It comes from things that you can't see.
Right.
You can't see it. You just believe it. And people say, well, that's crazy. I can't do it. I guarantee there's something in your life. Those of you out there that I'm talking to that are not Christian, that don't believe in God, don't trust God, don't believe Jesus, I guarantee there's something in your life that you do trust. And that's the truth. Whether you want to admit it or not, there's something that you trust more in your life than you do of this, what do they say, made up God that created everything and all this, that, and other. It's the lack of belief and the lack of trust that gets us in bad shape. And my God, y'all, look at the world. Just look at the world. It ain't like it's happened overnight, but some things have. Look at it. The times that I went to school, we said the Pledge of Allegiance every single morning. We had prayer in school. Teachers were teachers.
Mm-hmm.
They taught arithmetic, reading, spelling, history, and wasn't biased either.
Mm-mm.
Us students didn't know anything about our private life of our teachers because why? They didn't share it with us because it ain't none of our business.
No.
So look at the world today that we have replaced God. We've took him out of our schools. And like we've heard a preacher say before, when they took God out of schools, it didn't just sit there empty, that spot. No, that spot got filled. That spot got filled with an evil spirit. They've attacked our children. They've shoved things down our throats saying, you will accept this and you'll like it. And here's the thing. No, we don't accept it and we don't like it.
Mm-mm.
So it says here, Charles says, we can liken that rocky soil in our hearts to the internal issues we wrestle with, the wounded areas, coping mechanisms, and places we've learned that we cannot trust anyone. We've all been wounded. We've been wounded in many various different ways. Some that's, God awful. And people question, why did God allow this to happen? Why did this and why? Remember, free will. You have a choice. God doesn't twist your arm. We are not robots. We are not programmed to do this or that. We are human, wonderfully and fearfully made. But I tell you what, when we start doubting, when we start not trusting, anything and everything happens. But when we have these wounded areas and scars that have scarred us, shell shock, you know what I'm saying? Post-traumatic stress disorder. Millions have it. Why? Because we live in a sin-filled world. And Jesus is just saying, hey, I'm here and I died for you. And hey, not only that, I overcome sin and I overcome death. You know, and he's not asking you to daggum whatever. He's asking you just to accept him. You know, trust. And I know that there's enough things out there that wants to knock us off of our legs, you know, knock our legs out from under us, and we don't, and then we just have that doubt and don't trust. But we may not even realize how deep that they go. But every time there's a trial in that area, we doubt God and struggle terribly. It says, friend, is this you? Are you hitting a wall in your relationship with him? Think about the challenge you're facing right now. What old wounds does it bring up? You may have learned not to trust others in that area, but God is always trustworthy. Break through that stony hindrance by resolving to have faith in him, and regardless of the pain or your fears. Yeah, there's a lot of trust issues, and my gosh, we understand why.
Yeah.
But there's the one that you can trust, the one that created you, the one that created everything for you to enjoy and experience and have while we're here on this earth. I don't know what else to tell you, but we need to trust him. And if you need help with that, then ask God to just help you, show you that you've been dealt with in life, that you can't trust, you have a hard time trusting. Well, guess what? He knows that. He's well aware. Because if we can't trust the one that give us life, then who can you trust? Because I tell you what, the deceiver, Satan, he will make and paint a picture to he wants you to trust him. And he wants you to not trust God. And he sure don't want you to have a relationship with him or Jesus. And that's the battle that I'm saying every day here lately that we're in. We're in a battle of the enemy deceiving and lying. It's constant. Lies, lies, lies. Deception. Fake. Not real. And he can paint it and make it look like it really is. And even the feelings and all that, but listen. We got like the deal in the schools. If we replace God or take God and we don't have him in our lives, it's gonna be something's gonna squeeze in there and take root, and it's gonna be harder to dig it out. So we encourage you to get the relationship with God so that this seed, the word, can get in there and be rooted, and so that you can start building up your trust. Because I know what you're talking about when you can't trust anyone. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have strip that away from you throughout your life in all kinds of ways possible. And it is hard to trust people. But we know we can trust some people, and we know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, we can trust God. So, yeah, when we just we need to make sure that we are open-minded and willing to let the Word of God work. Word of God speak to you, because He will. And yeah, so that's the deal for today. And I still got bit by mosquitoes. Whatever.
I'm glad we have a comforter.
Yeah, I am too, because that comforter actually also keeps you tries to keep you lined up here. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So
What?
punch Satan in the face.
Yeah. And y'all have an awesome day, okay? So we'll see y'all on the beautiful next one. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up, leave us a comment, and hit subscribe. And we'll catch y'all on the beautiful next one. Peace out. Love you all. Yeah.
And I would like to say to everybody that please never give up, because always remember just how special you are, how worth
right.
you are, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And how you have a special purpose.
Yep. They got a purpose.
That's right. Have a good day, you guys, and always remember that you matter. So,
Yep.
that being said, we'll see you on the beautiful next one. And always remember, love you guys.
That's right.
Yurt.
See y'all.